As V12 engines fade into antiquity at BMW, the automaker's M division turns to a future-facing approach for strengthening the 7 Series. The ultimate version of this flagship full-size luxury sedan is now electric. When the 7th generation 7 Series debuted for 2023, a battery-powered i7 version arrived alongside it. The EV shares the 7 Series' imposing looks and opulent finishings but embodies BMW's electrification ethos. For 2024, the i7 attempts a shift in focus. A new M70 variant intends to make the driver's seat more alluring than its sublime second row. It being the most powerful all-electric BMW ever will help with that. This is the new king of BMW's EV lineup. A true M-badged 7 Series, an M7, remains unlikely to ever exist. M boss Franciscus Van Male told us the 7 Series luxury focus clashes with the track potential demanded of an M car. Still, other full M EVs are on the way, with learnings from powerful BMW EVs like this one likely to inform that development. Positioned above the i4 M50, new i5 M60, and 9 M60, the i7 M70 isn't a full-blown M but rather a one-rung-down M performance model, netting dynamism absent from other i7 models but stopping short of a full-on track preparation. Although it shares a 101.7 kWh lithium-ion battery and 255 horsepower front motor with the i7 xDrive 60, an upgraded rear motor abets the M70's more assertive attitude. Having forged its reputation on tuning BMW engines, M now enhances BMW motors. Compared to the i7 xDrive 60's rear drive unit, the M70's doubles its inverter phases to 6. Motor length increases by 0.8 inch, allowing more electron-transmitting copper to surround its enlarged stator and rotor. This oil-cooled arrangement can spin upward of 13,000 revolutions per minute, where it makes its 483 horsepower peak. Total system output is 650 horsepower and 748 pounds-to-foot of torque, though the latter can rise to 811 pounds-to-foot in 10-second bursts when boost mode or launch control are activated. That's needed to achieve BMW's claimed 3.5-second 0 to 60 mph time, a figure that matches our test result of the 2 sizes smaller M3 competition, remarkable considering the i7 M70 is more than 1 ton heavier. But EVs are known to be quick. For this i7 to earn its stripes, it must handle, too. So M's magicians adapted the chassis hardware and software. A new shear panel between the body's bulkhead and front suspension towers stiffens the structure where reduced hydraulic volume air springs mount. Specific programming for the adaptive steering and active anti-roll stabilization systems brings higher levels of control. Larger rotors clamped by M-badged calipers peek through aero-tuned wheels, which can be shod with summer tires for the first time on an i7. Despite its higher power, the i7 M70 loses little range compared to the i7 xDrive 60. When equipped with 21-inch alloys, range is rated by the EPA at 291 miles, while the lesser version covers 307 miles on identically sized rollers. Charging tops out at 195 kilowatts on a level 3 plug, a good if not leading rate that should allow the battery to get from 10 to 80% in slightly more than 30 minutes. The i7 xDrive 60 is somewhat unique among large luxury sedans. Despite being first and foremost tremendously cosseting, it delivers a relatively communicative, driver-oriented feel. It is a BMW, after all, albeit with some languid body roll. To assess the i7 M70, BMW invited us to explore stunning roads perched on coastal mountainsides near Lisbon, Portugal. Here, the car showed subtle yet appreciable differences from its M-less equivalents. A newfound directness is present throughout the i7 M70's controls. Although the steering ratio is no quicker, its added heft improves command over the car. The recalibrated anti-roll system does much more to tighten handling. The body remains impressively level as it's slung through a bend. This is still the longest 7 Series ever, so not even M can make it spry. However, terrifically integrated rear axle steering lets the M70 glide through curves and urban corners in a fashion belying its size. Power doesn't arrive in that raw, fearsome way it does in some sporty EVs, but there's still a huge amount of it. The i7 M70 swifts along authoritatively, reaching high speeds with effortlessness that makes its rear motor's alterations tangible. Yet this dignified brute never tries to tear the tires off its rims. The i7 M70 only snaps when it launches, abrupt enough to legitimately challenge an M3. Yet among its increased overall directness, accelerator pedal responses become slightly too sensitive. Sub-smooth foot movements can cause the car to jerk about. Deliberate inputs are rewarded, though, given how effective the full-strength motor regeneration is at slowing the car into a turn. Longer accelerator pedal travel would provide for more acute control, but BMW still wants its EVs to feel in some ways like their gas equivalents. As engagement rises, comfort is subsequently reduced. More road sensation comes through the suspension, and how the body settles after impacts isn't as gradual. The lateral shimmy present in the i7 xDrive 60 remains. This is not to suggest the i7 M70 is less than fantastically comfortable. Even if not impeccably plush, the predominant impression is of smoothness and silence. In contrast to this segment's primary attention grabber, Tesla's Model S, the M70 is roomier, material quality is incredibly high, and the cabin's opulent, artful appointments show deep attention to detail. Adjusting the tiny air vent knobs requires tedious futzing, but at least BMW hasn't yet relegated those controls to the touchscreen, as some EV rivals have. To wit, BMW's latest infotainment operating system version 8.5 eases access to basic climate functions and improves charging focus navigation guidance. Like in other i7 and 7 series models, the M70's second row is a wonderful place to ride. Sinking into the soft upholstery and watching the world whisk past through expansive glass feels properly special. Some disturbance may arise, however, as whoever's behind the wheel inevitably digs into the power, they'll only be able to resist for so long. Indeed, the driver's seat is the best place to feel how the i7's luxurious foundation isn't broken by an M infusion.